So, with that and my notes to hand, you are walking with Gary in tow towards the Silver Lake cities, a place that you have heard a few rumours about. Place that seems to have, from all the tales that you've heard on this journey so far, seems to be an amalgamation of 3, 4, maybe 5 different smaller towns and villages that has somehow managed to work itself into one larger city. The road climbs longer than it should, and as you are cresting over the hill to the Silver Lake cities, you see before you, as you come to the top, a wonderful, beautiful sight that is civilization in the distance. As the final rise gives way to another crest of the hill, the land before you.
Hello. It works. Sorry, just fixed something. My bad.
As you crest the final hill towards this city, the land before you just levels out, and then you see a not steep but a gentle incline down, leading towards the city itself. For a moment, it doesn't make any sense what you're looking at. Light hits your eyes first, broad, pale, and shifting. And it takes a second for your mind to catch up, for you all to realise you're not looking at the sky. You're looking at water. A lake. Vast enough that the far edge blurs into the horizon. Its surface rolling in a slow, deliberate motion. Not wind-driven, not restless, just a steady rise and fall like something breathing beneath it. And wrapped around that body of water, spreading out in multiple layers that don't quite seem to agree with each other, is the city itself. It does not present itself cleanly. Your eye catches the docks first, long timber stretches reaching out into the lake, crowded with boats and barges that move with quiet purpose.
As we are walking towards the Silver Lake City, can I cast a spell?
You can if you wish.
I'm going to cast Find Familiar.
Absolutely. But your eye catches the docks. It's crowded with boats, fishing trawlers, and seemingly barges of some kind that move, each with quiet purpose. Nets hanging, drying between posts, and figures at this distance, more like ants in your line of sight, because it's still quite a distance. But nets hanging, drying between posts, and figures moving along the piers, just like ants hauling, trading, and working. And then there's the buildings behind them. At first glance from this distance it looks whole, but the longer you look, the more it seems to separate. Sections where the streets run tight and uneven, rooftops pressed close together as though they've grown that way, giving way suddenly to then wider, straighter lines that speak of something planned and something imposed. From where you are looking down upon the rooftops of most of the city, from what you can see. With the exception of the tiered castle in the middle, which we'll get to in the description shortly. But yeah, you can see that the streets, some seem to be tightly wound and buildings really closely packed together as though they've grown into each other that way. Other streets giving way to wider, straighter lines of something planned and imposed. But the thing that draws you above all is as you look at this cityscape, as this landscape picture of the city, is that you can clearly see where 5 different towns were once separate and have now merged as the city grew in size around this central castle that seems to have 3, possibly more layers to it in the middle. Gary, looking at it, says, that centre part? That's Londinium.
Londinium?
Yeah. That's just outside of Londinium is where, in Cinderfall, is where the Royal Smiths is that my family owns. We'll get there. Just might take a bit of a trek through the town. That's all. And he cheerily smiles, and you see him raise his hand over his face, and with a wiping motion downwards across over his hair, through his hair, and down, he changes his form before you from the wily, scruffy black hair that he had to blonde, straight, flowing hair. And his face, his eyes change colour from green to brown. His face elongates a little bit, and you can tell that he has basically cast disguise self upon himself. But overall, as he points towards the city, you see, Londinium, it's not elegant, it's not even welcoming, but it is absolute. And it's the one thing here in this town, this city, that holds the whole place together. And as he points at it, he points at a couple of the towers, and they're hard to make out, but you can see the towers that are there. And he says, stone here, layered upon stone, built higher and heavier than anything else around it. Every street and structure, if you look carefully and you follow the beat and the rhythm of the city for long enough, you'll realise it all seems in some quiet way to lean towards the middle, to lean towards Londinium. But one thing I will say is, whatever happens in the Silver Lake cities, you can almost be certain that someone somewhere is watching, keeping an eye open. Whether it's the guard, whether it's the people, it's the city. Mostly people keep themselves to themselves. Regular trade, that sort of thing. Day to day, working. Friendly customers, friendly faces, all smiles, but from what I've learnt, being in this town for about 15 years now, everyone's out for themselves. Rich get richer, poor get poorer. You know, same old story everywhere.
Well, it's a good thing we got some aerial support then.
Huh?
Steve points to the snowy owl that's perched on his shoulder.
Oh,
This is my familiar Barnaby.
very well. That's awesome news. I don't know. Might come in useful. Especially if you want to keep an eye on where you're going in the streets in the city. Probably a good thing. Although, aren't owls mostly out at night?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, fair enough. And you carry
Since
on
we
walking and talking. Since we.
Yeah.
since since we are damn it. Since we are herding animals now, I figured we might get some aerial ones.
It's a pretty good idea.
How many animals are we going to end up having?
No.
Do we need to feed it?
I mean, yeah, it's a familiar. So
I don't. I mean, I don't know how they work.
I mean, why don't we ask him, Barnaby? Do you require food as a familiar?
Mice. You hear it telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Bugs.
So, bugs.
Snacks.
Seeds. Mice.
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 Seeds are
So
not
yeah,
that good for owls.
Barnaby told me he likes mice a lot.
That's pretty typical for an owl.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I've never owned an owl, so this is pretty new for me as well.
Right. Well, it can probably hunt for itself.
And
Can you, Barnaby?
as you say that, Chris, and you look at the owl like hoots and launches itself off your shoulder. And after about 5 minutes, it comes back, mouse in claws, perches on your shoulder, and you literally see it rip and bite the head off of this mouse. Mice.
Self-sufficient, very
Yep.
nice.
Nice.
But with that, you continue moving towards the city. Beside you, Gary, having changed his appearance, has pretty much gone silent. Not in awe, definitely not in relief, but with something else on his mind. And as you are approaching, he's staring at the city longer than the rest of you are, eyes moving, not across the whole of it, but towards the centre mostly, towards Londinium. There seems to be a recognition in his eyes, but it's not a comfortable one. And he exhales slow. That's bigger than I remember. His gaze drops, scanning the outer districts, the roads, various movements, measuring. And they've expanded again, pulled the outer towns in tighter, it seems. The last time I looked at this view was maybe 10 years ago.
Right.
And without looking at any of you, he says, when we go in, just don't use my full name, please. Unless you really, really have to. And then he looks at you all, this time, not panicked, but very serious. And if anyone asks, there's a moment of hesitation in his voice. We just met on the road. That's all they need to know. And then his eyes drift back to the city. The rest can wait.
So where do we go from here?
I guess you'll be following me in. Nothing like a local that knows the town, eh?
That's fair.
Lead the way, friend.
He looks over at the others in the party, in particular Jamie. Sorry, Aspen. Aspen, would you mind walking up front with me? I'd feel a bit safer.
Okay.
Thank you. And Gary then leads the way. The descent towards the city is slow enough that details begin to fill themselves in. At first, it's just the road and open land. Then a single building appears off to one side, set back slightly. A farmhouse, worn but standing, its walls clearly patched where time has taken its toll. Further on, another. Not quite the same. Then another. Then another. The spacing between them shrinking as you walk down the road. A shed becoming a workshop instead of a barn. Barns becoming homes instead of workshops, instead of sheds, and other assortment of buildings as you near civilization. The road widening just enough for you to carry more, just enough to carry more traffic in and out. Carts heading in and others heading out, wheels cutting deep lines into the dirt where countless others have passed before. There's no wall at this point. There's no gate. There's no real clear point of crossing from the rural countryside into the city. But it's sudden. The shift is subtle, but just as sudden. And you're in the city itself. And it settles over you quite quickly. Buildings are pressed closer together, rising higher and leaning inwards as though the space between them was never meant to hold this many people. Timber frames sit beside newer stone, which in turn gives way again to older structures that seem to have been built before anyone cared about straight lines. And the road bends more often now, winding, not sharply, but just enough that you lose sight of what lies ahead. People moving through the streets in a steady and constant flow, not crowded, but not rushed, just continuous. Everyone seeming to know where they're going and no one seems inclined to stop for long. Voices drifting as you pass, dipping slightly as you draw near, and picking up again behind you. Not out of fear, more out of awareness. The scent of the lake reaches you here. The cool water, damp wood, the smell of fish carried faintly on the air, mixing with something heavier, like smoke from forges, hot metal oil work that doesn't stop. Somewhere deeper in the city, you hear the bells toll from various churches as the hour passes.
Hey guys, before we continue, should we maybe cast another alarm on the bugs?
No, Gary looks
No.
at you. I don't think that's necessary.
It
Well-
sounds like a pretty good idea to me. Why wouldn't it be necessary?
Inside check. Inside check.
Roll an insight.
Bruv.
Roll an insight check. Roll your insight check, please.
I will happily.
Can we all do it?
If you want.
Not us,
15.
Gary. I'd also like
I
to roll
can't. I don't have access to my character sheet.
I
19.
mean,
God damn
sure, I will.
Me
Like,
plus 0.
Pretty
Hell yeah.
We got this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh
seen,
yeah. Wait.
I've
I
seen
didn't mind
enough.
roll.
You don't need to roll anymore. He said no
My
for
glasses
a
are
very he said no for a very specific reason. And as you're watching him as he says this, and you all instinctively look slightly shocked at his response, you see he's not looking at any of you. And you follow his gaze, and you see several city guard standing, patrolling. That's what he's clocked.
They don't like magic. I say this very subtle to him.
No, but why would you cast magic on a box in the public? Won't that look suspicious? Won't that want them? Won't that have them coming up to you, wanting to search you and find out what it is you carry?
Definitely, but I'm not saying whether we should do it in the open.
Well, maybe I misunderstood. But even so,
Like-
we still have a bit of a journey to get to somewhere safe.
Like, all I'm saying, especially since we are in a relatively populated city, the chance of pickpockets are pretty high.
Yep. Not going to deny that. But I think we should continue our journey. I don't think we need to waste any magical abilities that we have.
Yeah, I agree that it would be suspicious if we casted magic out of nowhere.
If you're worried about pickpockets, I don't mind keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I think you're definitely more qualified than me to keep this safe.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Um,
the one with the box, so
I'll
gonna
walk with you, but I'll keep an eye out for pickpockets at the same time.
Thank you.
I would like to cast guidance on myself.
Very well.
How long does guidance last for?
A minute.
Minute.
So I will continue to recast it because it's a cantrip, and I, for some reason, can't cast it, but I have cast it.
Yep, we'll say that rather than you constantly recasting it on yourself, you're going to hold it, and I'm going to allow you to hold the guidance for up to an hour, and you'll be able to just tap yourself when you need it, rather than you recasting it constantly every minute. Otherwise, you'll be stopping and starting and stopping and starting, and it would look even more suspicious and odd. So you can hold it for up to an hour in this case, because it is just a cantrip.
Thank you.
By the way, that bell, that's the 4th bell of the city. 4th bell of the day. So it's going to be 1 more hour before the sun should be at midway. These are terms, these are terms, Osiris, that you're familiar with. You've been hearing the party talk about the hours, more the hours and days, but you are much more familiar with the timings of the bells, like the 4th bell, like the 1st bell, the 2nd bell, the 3rd bell, etc. That's normally marked by the churches and the bells ringing, and with various sundials that are normally in the church areas out the front, where some of the priests or the clerics of those churches would keep an eye on it and signal for the bells to be tolled as the sun draws round. But you notice that through all of this, Gary is walking slightly differently. It's subtle, but it's there. And as you're following him through the city, he's no longer just keeping pace. He's watching. His eyes are tracking movements at the edges of the streets, guards at the corners, the way people step aside or don't. And at one junction that you're coming up to, he slows slightly. Not enough to draw any attention, but just enough to choose the next turn carefully. And you hear Aspen, you hear him mutter, "No, not that way." It's almost under his breath, but it's loud enough for you to hear it. He doesn't explain why, he just shifts direction. Who's keeping watch?
Jess will keep watch. She's from a big city, so she knows that big cities are full of thieves and pickpockets and things.
Roll me a perception check then, please.
Laura would also like to keep watch. She's from America.
Absolutely. Roll a perception check for me as well.
Be a 22.
Oh, that's plenty. On your 22, you see what Gary saw. A pair of guards standing further ahead. And for Aura, on the 20, you see exactly the same thing as well.
Okay, slay.
So, a pair of guards are standing further ahead on the road at this junction where he was originally going to be taking that path. And instead he's turned left. You see they have some shining armour. It's almost as though it's ceremonial rather than worn or useful in any means. And on the shoulders you see a familiar lapel, a familiar pin on his on the shoulder pads that they're wearing, and it's that of the Black Glass Writ, the hunters that were looking for the black glass shards. They don't seem to be moving. They don't seem to be aware of you. But you notice them, and you notice that. You also notice that Gary's shoulders tighten ever so slightly. Just keep walking, Gary mutters. Don't stop unless they stop you. And he heads down that left turn of the junction, and you see ahead of you another couple of guards that he was referring to. He doesn't look at them. He doesn't even acknowledge them. He just continues walking, expecting you all to do the same.
Or will follow pursuit.
Yep.
Yep, Tess will also follow.
Guards, as you all pass, glance your way briefly. Nothing more. But it lingers. Just long enough to be noticed. And then they turn to each other and carry on their patrol route, walking away from you. You see Gary's shoulders loosen once more. As you continue on your way towards Cinderfall. You move deeper into the city, and the streets, almost imperceptibly, seem to be drawing closer and tighter inwards. The angles of the roads that you're taking tighten, paths are aligning here and there, but not by any design you can see. It's more like something you can feel. As everything and these paths, the buildings, seem to be leaning once again towards the centre, you will realise that the path you're being taken on is going deeper into the city towards Londinium. Gary exhales once more, this time quieter and more contained. And he turns to you all and says, well, once we're further in, we'll have some options. Just not out here yet. What do you lot wish to do?
Laura's gonna kind of keep quiet and just follow. She's not a city person. She's never been a city person. So she's kind of out of her element.
Mm-hmm. Cyrus?
He looks like a deer in headlights right now. He's just following the group. He's not used to huge cities.
Fair enough. Chris?
We're here. I don't know. I'm keeping an eye out to see if there are any like buildings and shops and things seem to be like interesting. Because I know that before there was that one shop that was mentioned in the Silver Lake cities that could have been linked to everything.
Now that's a recall.
And I wanna it was like what the Cambridge something or other.
Tailors of Cambridge.
Yeah. And I want to keep an eye out for that and like any other places that could be interesting while we're going to wherever we're going. I don't know where we're going, you guys.
No.
Neither do I.
And on that
Same, we're just following.
Yeah, you're just following at the moment, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the ping tool. Give me 2 seconds. That's select. Is it under the? No, it's not there. Where's my ping tool gone?
You can double click
Oh yes, I
places
can.
and it opens it.
Right now, so you would have come in on. I'm just going to use the draw tool.
Okay.
So you would have come in from the road to the south here.
Okay.
And right now you seem to be somewhere, after all the twists and turns, somewhere over this way. Just gone past that junction.
Okay.
You don't know this, but Cinderfall isn't just this area where it's labelled. Cinderfall actually, and I'm going to do this in a different colour. Cinderfall, yes, choose. Cinderfall also covers this area up here, right up
Okay.
to the wall. You don't know exactly where you're going, but you're going to be heading in that direction. In general.
Okay.
There are some very interesting shops and things at the moment. You're in Brackenford. And this town seems to be very heavily focused on the fishing and farming aspects, with the outskirts that you've passed being more the farm shops and the farms themselves, residential for the farmers and those working the fields. The streets are narrow, and most of the produce in this area seems to be organic and natural from the local area, from the local farms and the fish and that's been caught and brought in. At the moment, you're not on the main street, as it were, but you're just off the beaten track, as so to speak. You're following the main road, but you're following the main road via the back streets that Gary knows quite well. But in keeping your eyes open, for now, there are a few interesting little trinket shops, as well as the fresh fish stalls and the fresh farm foods and that sort of thing. Not too much of interest as of yet.
Okay. I would like to keep my eye out for it, though.
Perfect. Steve,
Yeah?
what are you doing at this moment as you're walking through?
Yeah, I feel like at this point Steve is walking with what's his name again? Jerry or something?
Gary.
Gary.
Or Garantha is his full name.
Yeah, he walks next to him and say, "I've got a question.
Mm. Yes.
Would you happen to know if there's any smithy in the area?"
He chuckles slightly. Yes. You're looking at one.
And that's not exactly what I meant.
Where we're going, there are a few to choose from.
Yeah, I need a place where I can possibly buy a longsword.
Oh, there's plenty of shops and smithies around. We'll get there. You don't need it quite yet. I assume.
I hope not.
Good, good. Yes, well, let me continue. And he turns and he looks up. And as he does so, he says loudly, "Well, my dear guests, let me continue the tour of the city and show you the various sights." And he's saying it rather loud and deliberately. Jess, what are you doing at this moment?
I'm following and keeping an eye out and looking because it reminds her of more like York, I think.
Mm.
So she's like looking at all the kind of sights and sounds. I don't think she needs any weapons. She could do with a few more arrows though, so might have to go to a smithy with Steve to get some more arrows.
Fair.
Aura is looking for a pet shop.
You want a
Because I
butcher's?
just had the realization that I don't have anything for Milo.
Oh no.
So I need to
Milo,
go to a pet shop.
Milo's following happily along by your feet to heal, as though he's been very well trained.
This boy.
We should actually get some like good dog treats and like a collar, maybe a harness.
Fair enough. I mean, you would see a couple of pet shops or pet-like accessory shops.
I would like to go into one.
Sure.
She will go into the one that she thinks looks the best.
I mean, there's a couple en route as you're walking, and the one that seems to jump out to you is just on the corner, just off of one of the main roads. And Gary kind of squints at you a little bit, but he's like, okay. One stop won't hurt. And as you enter the shop, there's a ding-a-ling-a-ling of a little bell above the door.
She kind of like walks in and she kind of has Milo follow her in, and she's like, "Hi, hello," and she'll kind of like look into the shop.
As you look into the shop, you see rows of what appears to be freshly packed dried meats on one shelf. A bit like jerky, a bit tough to eat, but more like the offcuts rather than actual meat from a butcher's, as it were. And you see it packed and stacked on the shelves. You see a couple of other various accessories like soft chew toys and things like that, but not much else. There are a couple of leads hanging off of one of the walls.
She looks to the storekeep. Pardon me and my yawn. She'll look towards like the storekeep. Is the storekeep there?
You see coming out from behind the counter an elderly human woman who just looks up and, "Oh, hello, dear."
Hello, Mom. Very British all of a sudden. God. I was kind of wondering if there were any shops I could get like a harness for
Harness?
this guy.
And she reaches up and she pulls her sort of half-rimmed glasses down her nose slightly and looks over them. "Oh, you have a pretty boy there, don't you?"
Indeed. We're adventurers, and I kind of
Do you want to keep him
want
on a short
something.
lead? Correct?
no, actually, he's really well behaved. I kind of want something that will semi protect him a little.
Ah. Oh, I see.
Dog armor, if you will.
Yeah. You probably want to go to the tannery for that.
Alrighty.
Uh,
Do you have any small treats I could grab
treats.
for him? Yeah.
And you see Milo's tail wagging at the word, as it were.
Just a bag that I can like put around my hips for some training.
Okay. We have some dried meat snacks, which are over on the shelf, third along and second row high.
We will follow that with our eyes and then walk towards it and look at the price.
Okay, as you walk towards it and you pull it off the shelf, it is quite clear that this is just chopped chunks of dried meat that have been formed into bone-like shapes.
He's happy with that. Very organic.
Mm-hmm. That's only a copper piece.
For how much?
1 pack is 1 copper. Quite simply.
How big is a pack?
A pack would give you about 30 treats, give or take, for Milo.
I'm gonna put down a silver and take 10 packs.
You grab literally all that's on the shelf, and you hand the elderly woman a silver. Oh my!
So now I now
This is-
have 300 treats for Milo that I can add to my inventory.
Yes, you do. My
Nice.
God, that means I haven't sold this much in as many months as there is silver here. Oh, thank you. You've helped me keep my rent this month. Oh, my landlord will be happy. Ah. Say, what are you doing down this way anyway if you have this much on you?
I don't have a lot on me. In fact, that's
Okay.
it's just
Just
for him. I'll spend all of my money on him.
he is a well-treated good boy then, isn't he?
Isn't he
I'll let you
just?
go because I have to get back to my knitting, and I really need to finish this jumper for my grandson before the
I'm
end of
sure
the
it'll be a
day.
lovely jumper. We shall be on our way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mom. We'll head out.
Have a
And
good.
she heads out and gives Milo 2 treats.
Milo snaps them up.
I just want to interrupt a second. Whatever, because the DM was saying the T word, one of our cats decided to yeet the treats off the shelf.
Yep.
My bad, guys.
Magical wizards and all. No, we don't care. Give the dog treats.
Yes, absolutely.
I would love to know where I've managed to put my treats in the inventory.
I would assume somewhere in one of your bags.
I'd also assume that, but
We'll assume that. Gary,
Well,
sorry, go on.
go ahead. Oh, I'm gonna say, all while this is going on, Steve is petting Barnaby under his beak.
Uh-huh.
And I give him a little scratch.
Yep. He's kind of interested in these dried treats, though. Not gonna lie. And he tells you as much.
Hey, Aura.
Yeah.
How much of these streets do you have?
300.
Could I possibly get a few for Barnaby?
I can give you like 8.
Woo. I'm not doing owl
What?
noises.
Come on! Barnaby, you seem awfully quiet.
This is
Yes.
D&D, people.
Gary, after this exchange, and Barnaby kind of takes one of the treats, gives it what appears to be as much of a sniff as an owl can give, and chomps down on it. But instead of actually eating it, he's just sort of holding it in his beak, almost as if it's too rude for him to let go of.
Like he doesn't want to fully eat it?
Yeah. You know that, it's very nice, as you're trying to chew through something.
Ah.
It's that
Mm.
sort of look
Mm,
and
mm.
feel and holding it in his beak that he's doing.
Don't worry, I'll tell this telepathically to Barnaby. Don't worry, Barnaby. We'll get you some fresh meat if we get a chance.
And
That's me
then
already down to 290, guys.
well, he's
I
only had
just wanted
one.
to show-
He's only had one, so you can kind of take the rest back if you want.
Yeah,
She'll probably do that. She'll be like, "Oh, I'll keep them."
yeah. Steve hands them back to Aura.
Yeah. So
So that's 297.
Gary looks around at you all. I think we need to get moving again. He says semi-nervously, but he explains we're not going to be going straight to my home. We're going in directly there for a reason, and it's probably because they'll be expecting us to turn up at my smithery at the Royal Smiths, Goldsmiths, and my home. So we're gonna go and stop off at one of my aunts first. I hope you don't mind, if that's okay.
No problem with me.
Sure.
It's fine with me.
Brilliant. But as you continue walking, two guards from the corner of the junction that you spotted earlier seem to walk past you all again. A second time.
Ooh.
And Gary just pushes forward. Once again, ignoring them, not
I'd
paying
like
them any
insight.
heed.
Oh.
You can make an insight check if you wish.
Can I also join in on the insight,
Okay.
but instead of...
I'll do an insight.
Let me hear
Can I
Omega.
Can I?
Sorry, can I hear Omega first? Stop talking over each other, please.
Can I use smell instead because of my subclass? that
I
picked?
will allow it, yes. Chris.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Okay, Lou.
I'm aware that they're the same people, but I'm not gonna I assume that they're bad anyway.
Okay.
I'd like to insight both the person we're following and the guards if I can.
Gary and the guards. Okay.
Yes. So is that 2 insights I need to roll?
No, it'll just be the one.
That's a 19.
The two guards seem to be taking an interest in a group of strangers that have entered the city, i.e., you all. However, they're not saying anything at this moment or doing anything other than clocking you and moving on. Gary is very much head down, almost as if he's a part of the city, still with his disguised self up, moving at a busy pace, as though he's got somewhere to go, but it's not too urgent that he needs to be there. That typical, I'm just on time, but I do want to pick up the pace type swagger and walk about him, as you would see from other city folk. Something that you recognise, Jess, quite readily.
Yeah, Jess is well aware. She's gonna keep quiet, but she knows the guards are sus.
Fair. Osiris, on your insight check, when you are sniffing the air, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
you manage to find yourself.
Hold on, sorry.
You manage to find yourself catching their scent. There's a hint.
Okay, we're back on. Sorry.
You manage to catch their scent, and within their scent, you manage to catch a hint of intrepidation, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
as they're moving past.
Okay. Okay.
However, you continue walking. The streets seem to feel narrower for a moment as you walk down a small alley and then out onto a much wider road. Yeah, the other side is Cinderfall, by the way. And as you're looking around, you see that the town itself now, this wide road is now one big, long main road. It's straight, gently turning towards Londinium as you look up the road and heading down towards the docks. It's more cobblestone and brick roads rather than anything else. Sorry, who's making noises?
My bad. Sorry, I forgot my keyboard.
Thank you. Strong brickwork and cobbled roads, sturdy underfoot, and the houses on the opposite side look like they are, and the buildings, some of them still of the old style of buildings, but a lot more of them have been made of masonry compared to what you've just been walking through. Which makes sense considering Cinderfall is where a lot of the industry in this city is. Strong, sturdy walls, strong, sturdy signs out in front of shops, whether it's blacksmiths, whether it's tanneries, you name it, or any of the other little shops that are selling the goods that these other forges and things are crafting. But the streets are wider, The guards are walking in pairs up and down. Not too many, but enough to be noticed. Enough to keep the mischief at bay. Patrolling. As Gary takes you into some of the side roads and around through paths that none of you could ever hope to remember, where some of them meet the older town. And it's around about this point at one of the wells that Gary stops, looks over at you, think this should be quiet enough. And as you look around, you can see the tall buildings either side of this well in the middle of a small circular area. There's no windows on any of the buildings, and there's no other people in sight. Let's take a small breather here. Should be fine for a few minutes. And he lowers the pail that's in the well. He lowers it down, brings it up, and brings up some fresh water. Takes a sniff, and then drinks. It's fresh water.
Do you guys think the guards are weird here?
Huh. Weird? They're not weird.
I mean,
they're just normally following instructions to the letter. Which can sometimes seem weird, Gary explains.
I think we've just been profiled as whatever they deem weird, I suppose, and like not normal around here.
There's
So
a
they
town
decided we're
like
going to
this.
stalk.
Does a town like this being as big as it is not see visitors or tourists often?
Oh no. We often get many different walks of life coming in and out of the city. Whether it's traders, merchants, you name it. Like, we get all sorts drawn in.
So they just don't like us.
Well, and he looks at you all. You got to admit, some of your shoes are a bit funny.
Well, we do stick out just a little bit.
Aren't we wearing the clothes Elizabeth gave us?
Yes, but some of you chose to continue wearing your shoes and trainers. DM does not forget these things.
I mean, what I mean is they have weird smell of trepidation around here. It's odd.
Well.
Did you just say smell?
I did say smell.
Yeah, it's perfectly normal. Why? Not the smell, but the idea of smell being a perceptive means of deduction. It's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Have you not got lichens where you've come from? Lycanthrope?
No, definitely not.
Oh.
Where we are from, they're just that fantasy story.
Okay. So it's just humans where you're from?
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be
Mhm.
that'd be interesting to see.
Just gives them a look like you don't even know the half of it. You don't know the half of what I've heard.
Huh. Gary stands back a bit, and as he does so, the disguised self that he was wearing fades, and he quickly refreshes it. Well, I've only got another hour of this left, by which time hopefully we can make it to my aunt's. I think you'll be you're very much liked by my aunt. She's not she's quite welcoming for guests. Let's be real, but she is she's a perceptive type.
Noted. Also, if you need another disguise self, I know the spell, so if you think we need more time, I can cast it on you.
Oh, you can. Oh,
Yeah.
well, that could be useful. But anyway, let's see if we can make it there on time, eh? My aunt's name, by the way, her name is Marla. 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 She'll give us bed and board for the night. And just as his disguised self fades and he puts it back on himself, you hear the bells chime once more. This time, it's a full minute of ringing from various different churches around the town, around the cities. Midday. Probably a good job considering the sun's beating down on us that we've got this convenient well to drink from. But I will warn you, the smells only pick up from here. Never thought I'd say this, but I miss the smells of my hometown here. Anywho, shall we press on?
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah, let's get there as fast as we can.
As you progress on through the town, eventually you get about halfway through the rest of your journey, heading up to where his auntie Marla lives. I would like another perception check from Lou and Jess, please.
Lewis currently had to leave because of a fire alarm going off in the apartment.
Okay, I'd like another perception check from Jess.
16.
You notice them first, even before Gary. 2 guards. Once again, with the lapels on their shoulders. From your earlier perception check, you clocked their features. And you clock the same features on their faces on these 2 guards.
Hey guys, and I'll whisper, we're being followed.
I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Gary looks at you and just says, well, you know what to do. Only this time I want deception checks from all of you as you try to pass them without being seen.
Okay. Deception or stealth then?
Deception, because
Okay.
they know where you are. You are trying to deceive them that you're not of any threat you're trying to walk past without noticing that you've noticed them, etc. And they are keeping tabs, so it's not stealth. And I will.
Can Barnaby give me the help action?
How would Barnaby give you the help action?
I'd say Barnaby like flies up to a building and I feel like this tries to distract them a little.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
So deception, right?
Correct.
Can I be really annoying and like attempt a story-ish, character-ish thing? As like annoying and main character as I'm being. I feel like Aspen would probably Aspen at this point has now realised that these same guards are still here again, and I feel like she's getting a bit pissed off. So I feel like maybe she's having a tough time pretending like she's not realised that they're following us.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm like giving myself. I don't know. I would feel like she would. I don't know. Struggle at deceiving.
Fair enough. I will allow a disadvantage on that roll.
Sick. Thank you.
It's not often you have your players asking for disadvantage.
I just feel like character-wise, sick. Great, cool.
I was
Thank
going
you.
to say, in that case, would just get advantage, being that she is from London and knows big cities and knows how to avoid stalkers and everything else.
Not in this circumstance.
Dang it. Okay.
Join me in the club and down below.
Aspen.
Hello.
Everyone else passes their deception check and nonchalantly or without drawing too much attention to who you are, you just walk past without saying anything, without looking, without clocking them directly. However, you, Aspen, the two guards stop. There's a nervousness about you. They can sense it. Or at least that's how it seems. And they stop you as you try to walk past. What's your name? And where have you come from?
Aspen, and we're visiting.
What was that last one?
We're visiting.
Visiting who?
The town, the cities. Are we not? Is it not allowed? Are we not allowed to pass through? Do you have something that you need to ask of us? Like, why are you? We've seen you kind of.
Jess would.
One at a time, please.
Like, you're not slick. We've seen you stalking around. Like, well, I have at the very least. I don't know about everyone else, but.
Oh, so you think you've seen us a few times following you around? Well,
Think.
Doesn't help that you lot have got a dog off the lead.
Okay.
Which technically should be a fine, but if you're just visitors, I'll let it pass, but promise you'll get a lead on him, won't you?
Yeah, you couldn't stop us the first time to say that. You had to follow us instead and be weird.
Well, we wanted to know if it was well trained or not first before we made any decisions on whether you were going to get a fine or whether you were going to be collared for a dog behaving dangerously. Turns out you got it well trained, so for that you got my respect. But you do need to put it on the lead, and we're just letting you off lightly with warning here. So, but Aspen was it? Aspen was your name?
Yeah. That's right.
Cool. What town you come from?
Fun remembers. Jamie does not.
Give me a sec. Looking through my notes. Give me a second.
In the meantime, what was you going to say or do, Jess?
I was going to step in and help Aspen, but I'm trying to find the town name. Albert. Were we in Albert? Albert. No, we're in Albert. God damn it! I wish I'd made notes. Ironstead. We're from Ironstead.
Ironstead. I knew that.
Oh,
We're coming from Ironstead.
Right. I'm sorry. I need to make a roll on this. Bum 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 bum.
Oh no.
You're hesitant enough that he thinks it's just nerves more than anything else. But he buys it. Fair enough. Big city like this, probably a bit strange for you. Who's that? And he points up at the blonde-haired Gary.
Do you have an issue with him as well?
No. He doesn't look like he's from Ironstead. He looks like he's from here. Is he your
he's like showing us around.
Okay. That's the reason why you're going through these back roads then. That makes a lot of sense. Right, okay. Well, tell your friend with the dog to get a lead on him. And we'll be on our way. And he stops, he turns, joins back up with his colleague, and they carry on walking past you. As they go around the corner, you see Gary breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Jesus, that was something.
People like that.
Mm-hmm. Don't like the big cities. They suck.
That's why I moved away from London.
Yeah, you get used to
it.
Completely lying out my ass. I moved out. Chris moved away from London when they were 5 years old.
About another 30 minutes, the bells toll once more. Another single strike, 1 hour past midday. The disguise on Gary, you all see it fade. And he looks at you with his wiry black, scruffy hair. I haven't got any more. And we've got another 20 minutes to go. About half a bell. And he looks over at you, Steve. Steve?
Mike was muted, my bad. So, I can't cast Disguise Self on you because it's targeted on yourself, but I can cast Alter Self on you.
Well, we're in a quiet spot at the moment. What does Alter Self do?
It changes your... Let me get the spell description for you.
Yes.
Without the book.
Oh, I know what it does, but Gary doesn't.
Alright. I can alter not just your features. I can change your entire physical form.
Huh. Alter self. I mean, how long will it take?
I can just cast it instantly.
Oh, okay.
And
For the record,
I am.
I've just opened up your spell list and I don't see it. You have not equipped it.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I can see you didn't.
Huh. Then I don't have it.
Oh no.
Isn't
yeah,
Alter
Steve.
Self a higher level spell that you have than you have access to at the moment?
No. I have access to it. I just forgot to equip it.
Sure. But I think
Maybe we just.
I think we can make it.
Yeah, we're just going to have to go there as fast as possible.
Maybe put a hood over your head.
One step ahead of you, and he pulls his hood up. Yes. As you continue on your journey, you don't notice anything more. A couple of guards here and there, dotted on street corners. But you arrive at a building that's off of one of the back alleys. You can hear around you the distant clanging of metal on metal, and the smell of sulfurs and other burning materials in the air. But Gary arrives at a small blue wooden door in an alleyway with you all behind him. The building itself doesn't stand out at all, but that's the whole point. It's tucked between two larger structures. Its frontage is plain, functional wood worn smooth by years of use, painted blue. No signs are hanging above it. There's no mark to claim it. It's just a door, slightly off-center, and a narrow window set too high to easily see through. Gary slows as you approach. He's not hesitant, but he is careful. Glancing up and down the streets, he knocks. Not loud, not soft, specific. And then there's a pause before he repeats the same knock. Then you hear a movement from inside. The door opens just wide enough to reveal a single eye looking across all of you, sharp, measuring you. And it flicks over each of you in turn before finally landing on Gary and stopping. The door opens wider with a creak. Well, you're either very lucky or very, very stupid. Get inside, quick! And Marla opens the door as you all walk in. Marla is an older artisan who knows Gary's family quite well. She comes across as someone who doesn't trust easily. as she looks over all of you. Well, introduction should be had, I suppose. I'm Marla. And as for Gary here, well, you didn't come back alone. So that in itself is already a problem. But please, do come in. I can afford some simple luxuries if you wish to eat.
Yeah, Steve walks in and offers Marley like a hand. The name's Steve, and this up here is Barnaby.
She looks at your hand. Magic user.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's very perceptive of you.
I can
Damn.
tell by the calluses of your hand. Now, rather than it being of someone that's been working hard, they are soft and supple like someone who wields the magic. Intriguing.
She is
Steve, do you say? Nice
Yeah,
to
that's
meet you.
likewise.
Just no fireballs in here, please. It's hot enough with the furnace.
I don't know that spell.
Oh, good, then we're safe. Wonderful.
At least not yet.
She looks over at the rest of you. And who might you be as she looks up, literally looking up at Aspen? Who might you be?
Aspen.
An uncontrollable force to be reckoned with, looking at your stature. What might your skills of persuasion be?
I hit things.
An uncontrollable force of persuasion. Very good. And she looks over at Jess.
I'm Jess. Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. I'm intrigued. I can't tell what you are, or what you do for a living.
I help people work through emotional problems.
Like an advisor.
Sort of, but more. How do I explain this? So you get people who may be unwell in the head due to past experiences, and I help them work through that so they become well again, or as well as they can be, I suppose.
Huh. Yeah. So an emotional advisor. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Very interesting. And she looks over at Osiris. You look like you've been journeying for a while. Weathered hands and features. Perhaps on boats?
That is correct. My name is Osiris.
Cyrus, a pleasure. Haven't had a sailor in my mists for a long time.
I hope it's a good experience. And he bows to her.
Oh, it was definitely fun.
Oh no!
But those were in my days of youth, more than 50-something years ago. No more. No more. After I turned 25, I became an apprentice to a royal goldsmith, shall we say.
Pretty successful.
Yes, I would say so. Now you're an intriguing one, as she looks over at you, Chris. You have a raw energy about you that you don't seem to be quite in control of.
Thugs, I guess.
What are you? Who are you?
Chris.
Strange name, but okay.
Cheers. I don't know.
What can you do?
I guess I do magic stuff as well sometimes.
Fair enough.
Can turn into a bear.
Ah, a druid.
Pretty cool bear.
Following the ways of nature.
I suppose.
Well, at least I know who I have in my midst, and I can see this young lady here who introduces herself as Aura to Marla. I can see you have the glow of divinity above your head. For the record, I should say I was cursed with a perceptive sight, shall we say. So even if you came in here with various disguises, I would see straight through it. Yes, I am Marla Venn. He calls me Auntie. His family calls me a God-sent blessing. I see myself as cursed to see the truth. And I will damn the day that Fae interfered with my life.
Wait, you mentioned Fae?
Yes.
As in spirits?
As in the Feywild, as in Fey spirits, yes. I will curse the day they interfered with my life.
You see Steve's face slightly brighten as this is new information. I've never heard about Fae. The Fae Wild. What is it?
Let's just say if you ever end up there, don't expect to come back in the same time as you left.
Huh. I will keep that in mind. And Steve grabs his
What's may
tome that also counts as a spellbook and starts writing it down.
just to let you know, what may appear to be only a couple of days can often turn into a few years. And if you're really unlucky, a week could turn into a century. Time shifts in the Feywild. And I was unfortunate enough to get lost on a misadventure.
Wait, so you're saying
Yes.
this is like a total different dimension?
That's one way of putting it, yes. It is another dimension. It is another world. It's another pocket in the universe.
Steve at this point looks flabbergasted.
But the reason why I can see everything that you are and tell things about you, I feel it's only fair that I can see straight through your lie. To tell you, I can see straight through any lies or deception. I might choose to ignore it, or I might call you up on it. But it is just a part of the curse that was gifted unto me in order to return back when I came from, not where. So I apologise if I was a bit forward to you all. I can, however, tell that none of you mean any harm to Gary.
No, in fact, we helped him reach here.
Yes, you did, and for that I am grateful. But what of his parents?
As far as we know, they are captured, I think?
Gary nods. Yep, captured. Thought it was bandits at first, but it wasn't. Oh, Aunt, have you got any of that fine grape juice you keep in the cupboard? I could really use a drink. And he wanders off to what you assume would be the kitchen. Before Marla could even answer. Marla looks back at all of you. Let me be candid. I was already aware that they were going off on a mission to collect and deliver something. Something that is wanted. Coming here, though safe for the night, won't be for long. So what do you lot intend to do whilst you are here?
I think most of us here honestly looking for some answers towards stuff, if I get that correctly. He looks at the group.
Amongst
Yeah.
other things, yeah.
Very well.
This is our one kind of place for a lead that we have for something that we're looking for. So
Ah, so it is a lead. It is information that you are after. Perfect. Come, grab a seat at the table, and she points you into a dining area with there's about 6 chairs that are sitting around this table, and you see Gary perched on one of them with what appears to be a red wine in his hands and a bottle on the table. Would anyone else like some grape juice?
no
I'd love one.
thanks.
He pours all the glasses regardless. It's a dry red wine, for the record.
Mm.
Is there a plant nearby to where I am?
Not really, no.
Dang it. Okay, no worries.
Marla looks at you all. So, it's information that you're after, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me, before it becomes dangerous to be here, I might be able to point you in the right direction.
Chris would kind of look at the others, being like, "Do we think it's a good idea to say, or?"
Yeah, I trust Marla.
Chris would then go on and say, "We're looking for a place called what was it? The Tailors of Cambridge?
Her eyes light up as
The
you
Cambridge
mention.
Tailors? Yeah.
As you mention the Tailors of Cambridge, the Cambridge Tailors. And it is the Cambridge Tailors, I believe.
Cambridge Tailors, slay.
I've got Tailors of Cambridge written down, but okay.
Okay, so it's Tailors of Cambridge. Well done for writing the note down. It's in my notes, but it's way back. As her eyes light up. Ah. So it's those two that you wish to see. Strange fellows. Don't like them.
No?
Oh?
Why not?
The first things they said when they visited our goldsmiths, was an absolute lie. They said they were visiting from out of town. That in itself wasn't the lie. The lie is what followed. They said they were from Ironstead. They weren't. I could see straight through it. God damn that curse. They continue to this day to maintain that they were from Ironstead. And every time they say it, every time I've heard it, yeah, I see the threads of ill-woven fate spread throughout the city, tying them all together with this, like a piece of string. Only it's not visible to most. And it all leads back to them.
Don't you think they're keeping up this lie to protect the people amongst them from where they're really from and trying not to scare them or get attention?
Why would they need to do that?
Well, because we've been very discreet about where we are from. So,
She looks up at you all and looks at Killian and looks at Osiris. Osiris, where are you from?
Yep. Hold on. I actually want to tell the truth on this. I need to go back into our DMs. I have this in my notes, but I can't find it. Hold on. I'm going back a bit.
Yep.
I think it was something with Storm. Hold on.
Testing all of your note-taking skills in this session.
Yes. That's I think where I was from. What was it? There's two. Why did I not write it down properly?
Oh dear.
It was like, oh no. It was
well,
either,
if that's the case, both of them can be right.
It was either Dragon's Reach or I think it was Dragon's Reach or Stormwatch, but I think I chose Dragon's Reach.
Tell us. Let me have a look at my notes because I've got notes on
He
everyone.
hasn't told
I
you.
never said.
No.
I never
Dang
said where I
it.
was from. I just said before I was from Ironstead to you guys.
And we believed you right away.
Yeah, no one questioned it. I was like, yeah, no, calm. Right on. Calm. Thanks, guys. Wonderful.
So you're from Dragon's Reach.
Yes, it is. Yes, Dragon's Reach. I'm from Dragon's Reach.
Truth. Now for the rest of you. You have come from somewhere else.
That's correct.
Nowhere that you all have heard of.
Huh?
We're from a totally different world, to be exact.
Now there's
And
the
you
truth.
said that we were meant to be discreet.
It's not like we can lie in front of her.
I'm not saying that, but you keep flip-flopping whether we're going to be discreet, but you're the one who always says, oh yeah, we're from another world. I'm just saying.
I only say it when
That's true. You berated me.
True, isn't it, Jess? It is true, isn't it?
You berated me for bringing out tech and things from our world and saying be discreet.
I only tell the truth where we are from if we can trust the person we are talking to.
Osiris.
I don't see it.
Osiris,
Why we can't just let
Aspen,
people think we're crazy.
Osiris, Aspen, Aura, and anyone else that isn't involved in that debate.
Yep.
You all look at Marla and you see her grinning from ear to ear. I see. Well, I'm glad. Glad that one of you can tell the truth.
Me?
Only one of us?
I didn't say you lied, but you were inclined to hide.
Blame him.
I'm not blaming
He said not even a minute ago, yeah, we're trying to be discreet. I wasn't lying.
I tell you
wasn't
what.
lying.
I tell you what.
Sorry.
Stop. Right now. Because we do not want to raise our voices when guards could potentially be walking past.
I apologise. But ma'am, have you ever heard of Prestwick?
No.
Huh? It's nowhere that you've ever heard of.
It's nowhere.
Did I tell a lie?
No, you did not. However, here's what the information is going to cost you. I will tell you gladly where these people are. I will tell you any other questions or answers that you have. But for each question you have, I want a story. A story from the world where you live. Is that fair?
Yeah, that seems fair to me.
Yeah, sure.
Gary is looking... Stop sliding your feet. Gary is looking rather bemused and puzzled and confused as all of you have burst out this way. And Marla turns and says, Gary, I think you need to head upstairs. There are some things that you do not wish to comprehend. And with a wink, Gary stands up, winks at you, the party, and then heads upstairs. Marla turns back and says to you all, right, Taylors of Cambridge is not going to be an easy feat to get to. They are actually in the first circle of Ludinium. Ludinium. To get through those gates, you need to prove that you have something of value to trade. I can help you with that, as we are attached to the Royal Goldsmiths. However, I now need to hear a story from you. Chris, tell me a story from your world that you have come from.
I mean, could you be like a bit more specific?
Well, it's a strange world, isn't it? Strange to me, nowhere I've ever heard of, so you tell me. Tell me a story.
Just a story? A story about what?
Story about something that happened in your life.
Right. Uh, I don't know. I moved. Me and my dad used to live in like a huge city called London. It was the capital of where we lived. When I was 5, we moved away from London and moved up north, and my dad started being a farmer, and I didn't know how long we were going to be there, but then it ended up he got a permanent job, so I've lived on that farm since I was 5. Still work there now.
She frowns at the last part, but the rest of it she's happy with. Well, I think it's safe to say you're not working there now, are you? She chuckles slightly.
What, did that set your lie detector thing off?
Well, no, I can see you not working there now because you're on this world.
Well, yeah, but like I was talking about before we came to this world, like.
Yes, no, I'm aware. I'll allow it. It's fine.
I don't know what stories you're wanting, like.
You talked of a city and you talked of a small village.
Small town.
Not too dissimilar. I'm just building a picture of your world, that's all. Now, any more questions?
What? You said there were 2 people
Yes.
who ran the shop?
Yes. Their name's James, and her name. Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. James and Victoria. They said their surnames were Cambridge. That was another little lie of theirs. It isn't. I don't know what it is, though. But that's what they said their surnames were, and that's what they established their business here as. Taylors of Cambridge. But James and Victoria Cambridge.
How long ago did they arrive?
They arrived here in this town about 9 years ago. But I believe they've been here. They said they came to this part of the continent. Well, it would be 10 years ago now. And she looks at you, Jess.
Okay.
I've given you the information you asked for. Now I want a story from your world.
Does the story have to be about me?
It has to be about your world.
Let's see. What can I say? We have a lot of issues in our world, I would say. Lots of corruption. But at the end of the day, people help each other out. We've had some really horrific things happen, especially in London. Well, I'm from London. And when horrible things happen, a lot of people group together to help other people, I suppose. There's been a few horrible people doing really horrible things, and it's just pulled everyone together. Or is that not good enough as a story?
No, but it does deliver a sense of community.
Well, unfortunately, our world is more divided than ever right now, but there is still community out there, and there are still very good people out there working to, make everything a better place, I would say. And I've got a job that I want to help people and, help them get over whatever issues they're experiencing as well.
Ah, that's very noble of you.
I wouldn't say noble, just the way the mind works really intrigues me.
Ha. You're a planner.
I think back in my world, the term we're looking for is an assistant psychologist. Was training before I came here to be a full-on psychologist, and was going through my training to kind of get my master's and then hopefully get a doctorate, and but I'm here.
So you work with the mind, with the way the mind works, the way people think.
Kind of, yeah. If you think about, I don't know, there must be lots of horrible things that happen in this city, as in any city, and
She chuckles.
you get people who have been hurt, and they end up very upset, sad, have no hope, and I like to kind of help people, to kind of give them that hope and make them want to live and get over whatever trauma they've experienced.
Fair enough. Well, you've answered my questions, so now it's fair that I answer one more of yours, if you have any.
So, I've got a question.
Yes.
And, well, this is a bit more straight to the point. Do you know who the people are who took the parents?
Ah. Well, if it's like anything that's been going around, these would be people from the White Hollow district, known as the Black Glass Writ. They are cold, calculated, and determined to gather these black glass shards, and she takes a look at your sword hilt, Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
Not too dissimilar in colour and shine to what's inlaid on your blade. But you already knew that information, so it doesn't need a story. But White's Hollow is where the administration and the authority of the town and of this city generally comes from. It's much more militaristic than anywhere else other than Ludinium Center itself. So, yes.
That's quite an issue if you want to get them out.
That's definitely one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is more like it's a puzzle to be solved. With an incorrect jigsaw piece sat in the middle.
Well, turn the puzzle piece in the right direction and it will fit any time.
Yes. Right now they believe that the shards of black glass will help save the city from the 2 rivers, I believe it is now, that feed into the Silver Lakes themselves that have dried up. And they are determined to get their hands on these pieces of glass by any means. And that's
So a religious cult, you could say.
a religious cult with a religious cult with training. Yes. Steve.
Yeah?
She looks at you expectantly. Tell me a story from your world.
But of course, so back in my world, I am known what's called a martial artist. I train in various techniques and use that to teach and defend myself. So back when I was training in the country that's called Japan, imagine a land with loads and loads of nature. Grass that's called bamboo growing everywhere, fields of rice everywhere where you can see, and of course Mount Fuji, a amazing mountain with an even more beautiful view. The training that I took was under various masters of the martial arts that I teach now to others.
Not too dissimilar to the monks of the Lasting Mountains.
Yeah, you could say something like that.
Except the ones at the Lasting Mountains are tabaxi.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Chris just leans over to Osiris and just like, what's a tabaxi?
Do I know what a tabaxi is? I'm assuming I do.
You would, yes.
We
Okay.
mentioned it, didn't we? We mentioned it in a few episodes. It's in Chris's book of species, and Jess got excited.
Like cat-like creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The
Oh.
catfolk.
Oh, we looked at those. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I remember. And Chris just leans back.
Well, I'm not sure there is much more that I can offer, but I will try to answer one more question. If you have any, that is. And she looks up at Aspen.
I have a question.
Yes.
Going back to the Tailors of Cambridge, you said they arrived on this continent 9 years ago. Did you suspect they're from this world or from our world?
They said that they arrived on the continent 9 years prior, but they arrived in this city 9 years prior. They arrived on this continent 10 years prior, allegedly. That much is true. However, when they lied about where they came from, I did know immediately. And trust me, I hate being able to see the truth all the time. You'd think it'd be a blessing, but and she starts reminiscing a little bit. Knowing the truth is being told or not at all times can be a burden. One that I do not wish to carry for much longer. It's tiring, knowing when people are lying to your face. Knowing when people are being... What's the word for it? Facetious?
Sounds tiring.
I
Especially
imagine...
sometimes.
Yes. I imagine an equivalent that might be more comprehensible. Maybe someone with a telepathic ability to read everyone's minds around them all the time without being able to filter or stop it from happening. It is tiring, but it has got its uses. Your stories from this other world, what did you call it? What was this world called?
Earth.
Earth. It is nothing that we've heard of, per se. It's not any of the realms that I'm aware of where we've heard the stories come from afar, where people have travelled through the astral sea. But I do believe you. And it'll make for some interesting research.
The stuff you mentioned about the Fae and the time differences. I'm
Yes.
slightly interested in that as well, because as far as I'm aware, this place and our home have differing ways that time work.
Ah, yes. Something that is quite evident when you look at James and Victoria themselves. They don't appear to have aged much at all. Here. In 10 years. But they insist that last time I spoke to them when I got a dress made for me, they insisted that if they weren't here, that they would be dead. And it's odd, because there was a truth in that. So, I imagine, yes, time would flow differently there to here. I don't know which way, myself. I can only assume it would be flowing faster over there than it is here. How long have you been here?
How long have we been here, DM?
You've been keeping notes.
I haven't been keeping track of the days, just the sessions and towns and place names and people we meet.
I think it's
2
been here about
weeks-ish.
a month. About a month.
Is it a month? I thought it was about 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks.
Around, yeah, I'd say. I think last time we talked about it was, it would be like 3 weeks. Because they spent, 3 weeks.
Yeah, because 3 months have passed in our world.
Yes.
Aura pipes up at this point, mentioning that when she saw a vision of Earth through Shantae and prayer, 3 days had passed here, and 28 days had passed there on Earth. Whilst you've all been talking and sharing stories and memories, she's had a small globe, crystal orb, in her hands. And she's been twirling it around. And you see what appears to be something pulled from a distant memory, from when you see those images of Earth taken from space. It's a bit crudely shaped. It doesn't quite match correctly. Like, there's a lot of blue ocean and no big land masses, just a small island with one big capital and a couple of smaller dotted villages on that island. But you do see that it appears that she's trying to craft the Earth in her hands within this globe. And she takes a look at it.
Can I? Oh, because Google Maps doesn't work where we are. I was going to say I would have got out my phone if there's charge and tried to show her what it looked like. I have an app for that.
Okay. So you do have on Google Maps the ability to download local maps of areas. I would like you to roll a d20 and I want you to add your survival modifier.
G20 plus survival. I'll have to add it on manually. Oh God. Survival. That's going to be a 12 total.
You had to download a map of England, like an A to Z, for your journey from London to the Lake District, where you had your game of Dice and Destiny. That information you know is saved on your phone.
I will show her and I will say, this is the country that most of us are from. We're all from the UK, right? Steve, Are you from the UK? This is the country we're from. There's many, many countries and many, many continents on Earth, but this is our little island.
And she takes a look at it, not really understanding what she's seeing, what this device is, as she's holding this little glass bauble in her hands. And you see England and the UK, as it were, becoming a bit more clearly defined. It still looks off because there's nothing else surrounding it, no other continents, no other land masses. Just the UK and Ireland, but that's it. Huh. And she looks at her glass bauble and globe. So this is where you're from.
Yeah, it's about 700 and something miles from bottom to top. Not sure width-wise.
So pretty small.
Yeah, pretty small.
But interesting nonetheless. And she sets it down on a small little stand that she has for it. Well, and as she begins to speak a sentence, there is a knock on the door. 3 loud rasps on the door. Do excuse me a moment, would you? I will be back shortly.
Can I take a quick sniff for a perception check if it's anything I've smelled before?
You can indeed. I'll let you roll that perception check.
Good, because I have advantage on that because it's scent based.
Mm-hmm. Bleeding lycanthropes.
24. Damn.
It is an ongoing sniff test, so when it's appropriate, I will tell you.
Hell yeah.
She gets to the door, and no, this isn't a scent you've smelt before, but you can sense that there is a smell of anxiety coming from this individual. But as she opens the door, you hear a call from someone outside. Gentle, quiet, but loud enough for you to hear. The writ are asking questions 2 streets over. You all see her nod. You all see Marla nod and close the door. And the runner disappears. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. So, for those that are on the stream and listening and watching, I thank you. It has been a wonderful session. I'm sure the rest of the party will agree. There is a lot of mystery and intrigue that has just opened up. Yes?
Yeah.
Yup.
Wonderful. So with that, we say goodbye. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I encourage you to check out our other streams, our other shows, and to join our wonderful Discord community on the D&D Void. Bye!